Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Planet Tyro. I'm your host, Donald Wonder, and we're doing another anime review. I'm continuing with my recent theme of going and translating my written reviews from MAW over here for my unfinished business series. And today I want to talk about an anime that actually a few of you have actually requested that I review, well, do a video for, and I've watched this ages ago, and now I just went and quickly rewatched it so I can talk about it with you guys. I've got most of the details down on my notes. Anyway, we're going to talk about Penguindrum. I think the title, the English translation is MAWARU Penguindrum or Spinning Penguindrum. I know I'm messing up the translation. Either way, this series was done by the very acclaimed manga and anime director. Is it Kakehiro Ukehara, the guy who did Revolutionary Girl Utena from 1997, a very popular anime for its themes and very memorable. I still haven't watched Utena to this day, but I did watch this one, and this one is a favorite for so many people. And this was an anime I had a lot of mixed feelings about with the plot and the characterization, which I'll get into in a minute. But let me just explain what the story is about. This story is about two brothers that live with their sister who's very sickly. Now their parents have disappeared, and when the anime starts, they want to make the last days of their sister peaceful and joyful. And basically, in the first episode, something happens. They go like to a park or an amusement park, and the sister kind of falls ill, and she actually passes away. And you know, it's a very sad scene. And then there's this hat that they got from the convenience store, from the gift store, that goes on the girl's head, that's still on her head or something, and basically it revives her. This becomes very magical because the hat says that it's going to keep the daughter alive if the two brothers find the Penguindrum. That's the initial story. I know it's very vague. I'll get back to the story in a minute. Let me just break this down into sections and we'll wrap right around back to the story. Now, first of all, the animation for this anime is gloriously cute and beautiful to look at. This is what I like to see in anime. It's very cutey. It's very, the animation style of the character designs are more slender, but this anime has a particularly colorful color palette. The animation style is really fun, really gorgeous. I mean, they do a lot of stuff with the backgrounds. Sometimes the backgrounds can look really detailed, and sometimes the backgrounds can look purposefully cartoony. There's an extremely noticeable magical girl transformation for the main dying girl that happens continuously through the anime. There's a lot of shadowing. The animation for this anime is gorgeous. I really like it. It's very cutesy, but it's not cutesy in that silly fan service way. I think it's very artistic. I really like the animation. If you watch it now, it still stands out, and the animation, without a doubt, is the standout thing. It's almost worth watching the anime for the animation alone, but luckily the story is good enough that I can recommend both. But before we do that, let's get onto the sound. The sound, I really like the sound for this, and the opening is beautiful. I mean, the opening singer, the person who does the opening and the ending, I absolutely love her voice. She sounds great. I'll maybe put something on the screen, but the opening may be good, but the ending theme for this anime, I love it. It's actually in my top 20 anime themes of all time. It looks gorgeous. It's got this like frozen paintings feel to it, but the song and the sound, I just love the ending theme for this. One of my favorites. Again, it's one that I tried to use in the previous video and I got copyright strikes because the anime studio don't like us using certain anime themes, but they don't care about others. But yeah, check out the ending theme. I'll put a YouTube card and link if you're interested to that. So moving right along. Oh, I should mention, by the way, the sound. At the time I watched this originally, back in 2011, there was no English dub. I checked out the English dub and I found it adequate. I didn't really like the cast of the two boys. I thought they were kind of off, but honestly, the dub's fine. It's suitable. Not some of the people I would have cast, but it's fine. It's suitable. And you know, this was an anime I would definitely recommend in English dub. So let me just get that out of the way. Now we get to the plot, man. The thing about the anime director, the writer of this, is that he loves to put subtext, subplots, things to think about, food for thought in his anime. That's what he's known for, especially Revolutionary Girl Utena. That's what he's known for. And this anime is the same. I mean, there's a lot of food for thought in here. There's a lot of themes, but I would have preferred a simpler plot. I really would have. And my main problem with this anime story is the direction and the execution. The two boys got to find a penguin drum at the beginning, but through the first half of the story, the direction changes. It switches focus to this girl who's obsessed with her teacher, and then at the very end, there's a lot of revelations with the characters that has a hell of a lot of character exposition. As the series gets closer to the end, you start to learn things about the characters that doesn't invoke character development at all. Because what you find out, which is not a spoiler, is that the characters were not their true selves. They were hiding things from the viewer. So much things had happened in episode 1, so many things had already happened that the characters were hiding themselves. You know, they were playing a game, and then by the end, you learn all this stuff about them in flashbacks. And this anime, and a lot of people give the criticism for this anime, it suffers from super fast, rushing to the end, flashbacks, exposition to explain everything, and that's not a good way to finish a story. And I found myself very frustrated with the story because of that. Do I like the themes and story? Yes, I like the overall story, but there's ways you can have deeper meanings and have a simpler story, where this one, it just held so many things back, not even in a mystery way, but just held a lot of the true plots back, and at the end just tried to fast track everything to get that emotional connection, to give you all the ideas. Where, you know, I'm not even saying that, you know, they should have revealed all this stuff earlier. The execution on the whole was wrong. Changing the direction, you know, changing the focus to this other girl, and then trying to rush it at the end, you know, I would have just implemented this story in a completely different way. Are the characters fun? I like the characters, I really do, even though they have bait and switches that's what I'm kind of complaining about. I think they got charisma. I think what they're about makes sense. I like the themes as anime, and I like anime with subtext, with themes that make you think. And there's other animes that have done that, like Evangelion, that you don't need to be so vague about it. You don't need to hide these things to the last episodes. And that's my biggest problem with this anime. It looks gorgeous. The music is great. The ideas are good, but the execution is a mess. It's completely erratic. I honestly found the exposition so irritating, so erratic, and so forced that it brings the anime down a lot for me. Now, this is my own personal criticism. I know a lot of other people just enjoyed it, but honestly, the way this anime handled it, with its cutesiness as well, and like I said, the anime is so cute, and it has such innocent themes. By the end, it's so dark, and characters went through such hard times, and they just have to tell you in 2 episodes how much hard times they went through. It's just like, really, man? You can't just throw it all at the end at people like this, and that's what really holds the anime back. So, you know, when I take that all into consideration, I have to give this anime, it's just an okay. It's an okay anime. I would still recommend it. All the aesthetic stuff, the animation, the sound, the ideas are all good. And I'm not even saying the execution is horrible. It's just erratic. That's the word I want to highlight. Erratic implementation, very, very, very uneven. And at the end, it's just a rush to the finish. And by the end, I was just like, you've given me a lot of food for thought, but not in a way that I want to rush to rewatch it to digest. Maybe on the second viewing, which I've kind of just had anyway, I knew the thing, it didn't play well. Sometimes when you watch things a second time, you know what's going on, so you know, you think that it's a different experience. But upon the second time, knowing everything, it just frustrated me that this isn't one of those Sixth Sense kind of experiences that the second time it's a different kind of show. The second time, you're just still kind of frustrated that they executed it this way. So I know I've been heavily I've been criticizing this one pretty heavily, but I just don't like the execution of the story. But everything else I'm fine with, so that's my thoughts on it as a result. People love this one, people really do, and I love a lot about this, but boy, the core story and characterization is a really bad thing to mess up on, in my opinion. But guys, I want to know, when I said this originally, I got a lot of flack for it. Let me guys know what you think. It's been a couple years now. This one's settled. The fanfare's died down. How do you feel about it now? A lot of people now watching the reviews online, I've seen people have been a bit more balanced with their thoughts and kind of agree that it's a bit of a mishmash. But let me know what you think. Agree, disagree, whatever, guys. We don't have to agree. Let me know your opinion. Let me know your opinion. Let me know your thoughts. Leave it in the comment section down below. And this is another title I'm glad I did the video for, because yeah, people did request that I talk about it, and now I'm glad I got that out of the way. So anyway, guys, I've got a few more anime titles to get through that I have got written reviews for. Stay with us and we'll get to those when we get to those. But if you want to check out our other reviews, there's some annotations on the screen that YouTube are recommending to you. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. Subscribe to the channel. And I want to say thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Peace out.